I don't really give a fuck about losing or winning. If it's a boring fight, I'm disappointed anyway.
We're joined by a former ONE Welterweight champion, Zebaztian Kadestam. He takes on Roberto Soldic in a high stakes and, of course, incredibly exciting fight at ONE Championship, or One Fight Night 10 this Saturday, rather. First fight night on U.S. soil for ONE Championship. What's going on today, man?
I just came back from a hike,
Oh, yeah?
feeling that nature, Denver nature. Went
Well,
up the
first,
mountain.
right. Yeah. Well, I was going to say, man, first off, welcome to America. You know, how's it feel being here so far?
Yeah, first time. I love it. I've been wanting to come here for a long time, and yeah, I get to fight here, and I get to see the States. So I'm excited.
Absolutely, man. What are sort of like the first impressions? I know you haven't seen much, right? You're in Denver right now. It's pretty much just mountains. Have you been able to get out there and get into a little bit of nature or no?
Yeah, I came last night. I went out downtown, walked around a little bit, and today we went out the mountains, and man, it's incredible. Yeah, you feel small up there, so it's cool.
Yeah, you definitely do, right?
Uh,
So, you know, and obviously after the fight, you thinking about getting maybe some American food in you, maybe a burger, something like that. What do you think?
for sure. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of what to eat in Denver, and they got this rattlesnake hot dog. Gotta try it.
Oh, oh man,
I
yeah,
don't.
that's definitely exotic.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Yeah, man. Fuck. I mean, you fight in a cage, right? Why? I mean, eating a snake
Yeah,
should be nothing to you, right?
right.
Yeah. So, man, look, ONE Championship debut again. They're making their debut on U.S. soil, right? How do you feel, man? It's a very big fight. It almost feels like the perfect fight to introduce fans to ONE Championship here in America. Am I right? It feels like they did this on purpose.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna do my part, and violence, all out violence, and that's hopefully that's what people want to see. And I'm excited to be part of a big show, and yeah, I'm gonna try my best to put on a show.
And the reason I say that is because everyone that I've spoken to about this card, about this event, they can't help but to bring up that fight, right? It feels like both of you guys are always looking for that exciting finish, right? You finished 13 of your 14 wins yourself, right? So you're no stranger to that. Are you expecting fireworks when you get in there on Saturday?
Yeah, for sure. I don't expect to come out of this clean. uh, I expect some blood and some hard work to get the finish, but yeah.
I think that's what we're all expecting, man. That's what we're excited for it. Speaking of knockouts, right? Your hand, it looks like you got pretty hurt in that pretty badly rather in that last fight, right? The uppercut that you landed, the beautiful knockout. How does the hand feel right now, man?
Hey, it's good, man, 100%. And it's a little lump, but
Okay.
it's all part of the game, right?
Got you. Yeah, that's war wounds, right?
Yeah, you don't get prettier.
For sure, right? That's true. You definitely don't get prettier in this game. One cut at a time, one broken hand at a time. So
Yeah,
look, you said it's gonna be 100, regardless of the bump, right? It feels like it's good to go, right?
yeah, for sure. And I can break it again. It's no problem as long as it's on his
Yeah.
face. Happy.
Yeah, man, for sure. I think that's what people want to hear, man. And look, as far as the broken hand, right? How far did it sort of take to recover, right? Because it did look pretty nasty.
It was, but one hooked me up straight after the fight. I went, got my operation. They did a great job. I think I was back to shadowboxing in a few weeks and boxing after like 8 weeks or something like that. Not
Okay.
nothing hard, but just moving around and throwing punches. So and now it's been, I'm not sure how long, 7 or 8 months. So it's good. It's
Yeah,
good.
it's good. Yeah, it's good to see you back in there, man. Good to see you 100%. Listen, you've been in multiple world title fights. I mean, you know, multiple here at ONE alone, right? You've been a world champion yourself, and now you're looking to get that championship back, right? does this sort of feel like the biggest fight you've had so far? Does the next one always feel like the important one, or maybe this one specifically because you're starting to, you're trying to get that title back?
Yeah, it's a big one. Every fight is big. On paper, this should be my biggest. I feel.
I would agree.
Yeah, I feel like this is the biggest opportunity for me to showcase my skills. So I'm excited about that. I got a great opponent, and yeah, ready to dance, show off some disco moves.
For sure. Do you feel like it says a lot about, what the promotion thinks about you, right? I mean, you were on the first Prime show. You're on the first show in America, right? Big name, even bigger fight, right? They must know that you deliver, right? They got to know that. They got to know that when this guy's on the card, we could rely on people getting entertained. Is that right?
I try to make my best to show them that this is what I'm gonna bring, and if they match me up with exciting fighters, you can expect exciting matches for sure. I like to have that kind of style. I don't really give a fuck about losing or winning. If it's a boring fight, I'm disappointed anyway, whether if I won or if I win. So or lose. I mean, so the
So that
altitude.
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting, man, because I mean, I feel like a lot of fighters probably wouldn't share that sentiment. So you feel like it's more it's more important to entertain the fans rather than get the win, right? That's sort of how you look at it.
Yeah, of course I want to win, but I have some fights where like I have one fight I won by submission. I got depressed. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? No submissions. And then got some other ones where it was just a boring fight, and I don't want to be a part of that.
Right. And look, man, I'm curious, and I gotta say, as a fan, like I absolutely love that. Like you're all show, man, all go, all show. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious of where you're at mentally now, right? Because you were once the hunted, right? When you got that gold. Tell me now about what your mentality is as the hunter now, as someone who's looking to get their belt back. What sort of, what's been the mentality for you ever since you dropped the belt? How's it been for you?
Man, I went through a little bit of a losing skid, right? So that's not good for your mental health. But I'm back. I like being the underdog. I put enough pressure on myself, so I don't expect me to fail, and I will show show something different. I've been the underdog in a lot of my big fights, and
Yeah.
yeah, I like it. I like hunting, and yeah, we're gonna go out there on Friday, hunt.
Speaking of the 3 losses, right? You recaptured that momentum in the win-loss column, right? That's 2 in a row for you now, right? But, what do you attribute the most to this sort of newfound success? Like, what was it that really helped you get back on track, get the 2 wins in a row, and get your momentum back?
And I went to a little bit of a dark place even before I lost the title. I was in a dark place in my personal life and just mental, and yeah, it kind of showed on I showed up to do my fights, but I didn't deliver. Now I'm back, feel good. I love what I'm doing. I go out there, I put on the best performance I can, and try to knock these guys out.
Absolutely. And what's crazy about the sport, it seems like, right, is you want to go into a fight with everything being okay in their personal life and everything, right? Otherwise, it's going to be too much of a distraction, right? How important do you think that is to have, everything in your life sort of in order before you even start training for a fight, getting in there for a fight? Like, do you think that's a very important element to have your life in order as well?
Yeah, it's positive, right? I said this like in the beginning of my career, I always looked for that perfect feeling. Oh, everything went good in camp, everything is good, and and I've never got it. Like you injure yourself or something happens, or so now it's just whatever. The door is gonna close. You got 15 minutes. If you're lucky, you got 25 fighting for a world title. And yeah, it's a fight. It's not, everything doesn't have to be perfect, but it helps to not be in rock bottom in your head, for sure. It helps to wanna do it. So
Yeah.
that's
Of
positive. We're back, ready to go.
That's good, man. It's good to see you back in the right mind space. Good to see you, firing on all cylinders. Of course, you're looking to make that 3 in a row, right? We just talked about the last 2 wins. So, let's talk about this third win you're trying to get, right? Soldic, he's a very good fighter. I think he's unbeaten in about like 7 or 8 fights. So what do you think of him, man, in terms of like the dangers that he may, possess, the dangers he may pose to you in the cage? What do you make of it?
I think he got knockout power.
For sure.
He got uh, he got the strength. He's well-rounded, technical. Uh, yeah,
Threats everywhere for sure. Like when I look at this fight, it feels like it could be over at any moment, right? So definitely feels like there's threats everywhere. Have you ever seen anything in the preparation to this fight? Have you seen anything as far as, anything you can maybe take advantage of in his game? Of course, you don't want to give away, the game plan and everything, but, as far as when you were watching tape or you were just, I guess, trying to get sparring partners in there that can maybe replicate his style, did you see anything that made you think like, all right, this could be very effective in the fight?
I got some. I got some tricks.
There you
We'll
go.
see. You know, I haven't watched much. Uh, I focus on me. I do me. Uh, I prepared myself as hard as I could. I'm there. It's a few days away, and I've done everything I could, and I'm just gonna go out there and have a blast.
Is that usually how you do it, man? Do you just focus on yourself? You don't try to focus too much on the opponent? Is that how you approach pretty much every fight?
I stopped watching the other guys a while back. I felt like, you got two hands, 2 feet. You're gonna kick, you're gonna punch, you're gonna wrestle, you're gonna do whatever. But it takes a minute, two in there, and you're like, fuck, this guy is not doing what I thought he was gonna do. This guy is not punching as hard as I thought he's gonna. It's like, you feel him out. Maybe it takes 20 seconds to know. Maybe it takes a one round. We'll
Right.
see.
And I've spoken to guys before where they also don't like doing that, but for a different reason. Like maybe they don't like to obsess so much about a guy, right? Like you study a guy, it's like you're obsessing over him as well. Do you feel that as well? Like it's not good to, obsess over an opponent?
Well, I'm obsessed with him, but in a different way. I'm making
Yeah.
story. It's all in my head all the time, all day long. Like when I sleep, I dream about it, but
Okay.
I'm the one controlling. And I've done the mistake before when I fought good wrestlers, and I'm
Yeah.
watching, and then I'm like, oh, he's gonna wrestle, he's gonna do this, he's gonna be so successful doing this. When it puts me in the wrong mindset. I'm the one gonna do this and that. So, and then it's just up to yeah, the fight night to show what's up. Whatever happens, happens.
That seems like it's your mentality for most fights, right? And of course, we can't control the fight, right? We can't control the future, rather. But what do you think is on the line in this fight? Like, have you been told it's a number one contender fight? Like, have they given you any indications on what the direction would be for the winner of this one, or no?
No, nothing, nothing. I can imagine, you know,
Okay.
for, for
What would
sure,
you imagine?
for sure, it's a top contender spot, right?
Definitely.
Like I had the belt, I'm back on a winning streak. This guy, like he could come into one and fight for the belt right away. He's up there. And now we're fighting. Winner gets the belt.
It kind of
Should be.
does. It feels that way to me, at least.
Yeah, should be. But if they have some other guy, some other fun fight, I'm all in.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, fun fights is what we love. So I wouldn't mind that. As a former champion yourself, we just spoke of the title, right? That's obviously what could be on the line here. But as a former champion yourself, what do you think of the current champion, Christian Lee? You know, he is the targeted man, right? I'm sure all eyes are on him in this division. What do you make of him?
Man, he's a great fighter. I like him a lot. He violent as they come. That Hawaii style. So yeah, nothing bad to say about him.
Yeah. Now look, man, 32 years old. It seems like prime years in MMA, right? As far as how do you feel right now? Do you feel like you're as, do you feel as good as you felt in the sport physically, mentally? How are you feeling at this stage of your career?
Man, I lost you. Yeah, I feel better than ever. Like every year I'm getting better. I'm getting to learn better fight IQ, and I learn how my body feels better, like what to do, what to not to do. So I think I manage everything a lot better. So I feel better than I'm.
Now, listen, we already covered the the snake hot dog or whatever it was. After the fight, do you have any other things you'd like to do besides stuffing your face with food? Like, do you have any activities planned or anything like that to maybe see some stuff? Because it's an experience, right? It's your first time in the country.
Yeah, it's the first time. Uh, I'm gonna have some beers for sure, and I'm gonna watch the rest of the fights. Um, yeah, not much planned. The world could end for all I care.
Dude,
It,
I love your
it's fight.
mentality, man, by the way. It's awesome. The way
Yeah,
you approach things in the fight and everything, it's just awesome to see.
yeah, we came here to fight, and if I get a rattlesnake hot dog afterwards, it's all good.
That's right. So look, that's gonna do it, man. Zebaztian, thank you for joining us today ahead of the big fight. Check him out, guys. This Saturday night, he takes on Roberto Soldic. It's gonna be a massive welterweight showdown. Potential title implications on the line, like he said, like we think. Hey, Zebaztian, thanks again, man.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Take care. Enjoy your time in the United States, and best of luck in the fight, my friend.